Unmasking the African truth, the African way, and retracing the steps of gallant African indigenous spiritual heroes and heroines. We speak without favor and we leave no stone unturned. AHV, 100% indigenous African content.
Hello, igama lami nguSakhile kwaNyanga. Sikhona namhlanje kule podcast African Hidden Voices. Siyanamkela, this is our first episode, and I hope you are tuned in and you are ready to hear ubumnandi nenkulumo esobe sifumana from our guests as we go. Namhlanje ngiphethe uPalisa Hlwele noPhumelele Mvumvu. These are very big people kule African Hidden Voices. We just thought masiqale ngabo singayisaya kude sivele sivule ngabo sibabuza imibuzo emininzi esinayo. Palisa Hlwele is an international head ye research, and then uPhumelele Mvumvu naye yi national research head. I hope ndizichaze kahle. Okay, so ngizoqala ngawe Phumelele. Phumelele, how's it? Ngubani uPhumelele, wenzani African Hidden Voices?
Okay, sibingelele ku podcast AHV, uPhumelele Mvumvu. Phumelele Mvumvu uyi national research head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I deal with research.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deal with the research. As ubonile ilokhuzana, slogan sethu is Unmasking African Truths. Meaning konke nje okwafihlwa about African people,
yeah,
thina siyakugubhulula, siyakukhipha sikubeke phezulu kwetafula.
Yes.
Sekuphuma kuwe ke if uyakwamkela owakwamkela thina esikwenzayo siyakukhipha sikubeke. Yeah,
that's for sure. Palisa, African Hidden Voices. Why African Hidden? Is it only confined to African Hidden Voices, and which are those voices kahle kahle?
Pumelo just said now,
Yeah.
we are unmasking African truths.
Yeah.
And the reason we are unmasking African truths, I mean, science yavuma nathi, wonke umuntu uyavuma nathi masithi ubomi buqale eAfrica. So where else can we unmask these truths?
That's for sure.
Yeah, and ngobani kaKhlanhla abacindezelekileyo?
Yeah.
It's the African people.
Yes.
So umsebenzi wethu as African Hidden Voices is to unmask the African truths, because the city that we're silenced. And when we speak about, we are which voices? We are speaking about the spiritual voices.
Yeah.
We are speaking about abantu who stood, okanye who advocated for African indigenous spirituality.
Exactly.
Abantu abati, listen, Tina, we don't come from some Adam somewhere. We don't come from some Eve somewhere. We have our own spiritual history, and the history too. So I'm not going to listen to you, Oza, from wherever you're coming from, and you're coming to tell me it's nonsense.
Yeah.
So we speak about those people.
I mean, look, we've got people overseas, abangama Africans, black like myself and you, who are still treated the same way. Njengathi esesatreatwa ngayo la singakafumani iqiniso lethu. You know, we're still being oppressed spiritually. Sitsalwa ngezandla sihambe siye ecaweni. You know, so what would be a message yenu as the African Hidden Voices, even for bona abo abasebehleli eLondon, say for example London for 20 years, 20 or more bahleli, and umuntu sekezibone ngumlungu akasekho yena lapho uthatha abantwana Sunday ubasecaweni kumnandi.
Okay, well, Senyanga mina engingakusho.
Yeah.
Yini esenza sibe bold and grounded.
Yeah.
It's our spiritual roots. So whether useGermany, umuntu omnyama Africa, impande yakhe
se-Africa. Noma ungabaphi.
Noma ungama kuphi, your roots zila, ziconnecta la. And I know for sure lapha bakhona they are having spiritual activities, but because of they are like, okay, lapha bakhona, they are being dominated by religion.
Yes.
So now baga understand. But now there's like we're part of African revival now.
Yes, exactly.
So see, Hidden Voices was saying we're here to unmask the African truths.
Yeah.
Such as noma ukuphi siyokulanda siyofikelela kuwe to say you are African.
So nina research yenu ni thathapi? Do you have, you know, somewhere where you get your research? Palisa mhlambi, you go to libraries, Egypt, wherever, places where you get this or where you source this information. Khona indawo mhlambe senizihambile enizifumanayo ezimfundiso nizikhuphayo ezintswempu kakhulu ngoba I've followed you guys and I see into yenu is serious kakhulu.
Hayi ubanzima khona hayi.
Yes.
We are unmatched.
Yes. Ningali ke kanisithi ningabantu abakhulu.
Eish uyabona that's ibburden le ngumthwalo lo.
Unmatched.
Yeah.
I think I would say
I think yonke into manje life is first founded by umbuzo.
Exactly.
Ukuthi, so why is it like this? And then from there you want to know more.
Yeah.
So then you would speak to abantu abadala kunawe who might have a better understanding of life than wena.
Yes, exactly.
Bona ba lo akandisa phone mfunya khona. And then you move on. You are introduced to, let's say, ezinye platforms, research engines, authentic research engines.
Yeah.
You go to those spaces. You go to the libraries. And fortunately for myself and Phumelele, we have been given the opportunity yogu travelisha in other African countries in search of amaqiniso for the African people. We've been to Egypt, we've been to Sudan, and I think when because of the spiritual foundation that we have. When we went there, we didn't go for the general the general angle of your research.
Yes.
We were specific in what we were looking for.
Yes.
We were specific with, okay, if we speak about spirituality and in particular African indigenous spirituality, sithetha ngantoni and isuselaphi lento lena and njengoba kutshiwo ukuthi I think the oldest people maguchiwo is I mean the practice of spirituality kakhulu iqale kakhulu in the north, which is your Egypt and your Sudan. So how did they practice? How did they live? So we went there with that angle. So research here was from that premise.
I mean, it almost informed the question I was about to ask. Why Egypt? Why Sudan? Okay. Why not Mozambique? Why not, now you're saying most of African spirituality to iqalapa.
I can add.
Yes.
Another angle.
Yes.
Okay, someone, maybe a critic, would just say, why did you specifically go to that cave in Egypt? Why did you go to that place in Sudan? Remember how EHV started and who started EHV and what is the purpose of EHV?
Yes.
So Hidden Voices is here ukuzofakazela the spiritual revelations of Imboni.
Yes.
So someone else would ask, okay, siyanizwa niya researcher, but what is the source of your research?
Yes.
Because you can go to Egypt. Asanda can go to Sudan.
Yes.
And still not get to
exactly
where we were. You know why?
Yeah.
So, Tina, our research, as I said, it's not fueled by
academics.
We're fueled by the spirit.
Okay, niyabeva ke bachisa bayacha. Now we've got a question up imaningena from one of our team members here.
I just want to know Uti, African Hidden Voice, is it only focusing on African spiritual hidden things or anything that regarding Africa? Could be politician, could be African spirituality. So, yeah.
Good question.
I'm going to answer Mlamoli's question.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with us as an African people, and I think the civilized people, is that we are under the assumption that we can always separate spirituality from anything else. Spirituality, imayodwa, then we have the different sectors of anything. I think I should just put it out there for people. The foundation of the African people, manita abantu bamandulo, because ngoku siyingxaki, we are a problem now. Abantu bamandulo, the foundation yabo on anything, whatever they did, it was spirituality sabo. They did everything based on their spirituality. How they conducted their business, how they got married, how they made decisions in their daily lives. Yonke into yabo ibiswe spirituality sabo. So as the African Hidden Voices, we yonke into esiyenzayo thina is founded on spirituality, and yes, Mlamuli, we did not only research izinto pertaining to spirituality. We also research things as the economics, politics, everything. But we make sure that we link those things with the spirituality. Ukubonisa ukuthi spirituality informs every aspect of impilo zethu.
Okay. Yeah. Ziyabuya straight namhlanje hayi kancane. As you can see, sihleli apha siyarola. Asirole sikumhlola. Asiphelelwa.
Part 2 is coming.
African Hidden Voices Part 2 is indeed coming.
Yeah.
It should be here. But ke ngenxa
We
yesikhathi
are here to
because
address issues.
we are really being constrained by the ixesha. My producers are already telling me ukuthi info. No, it's enough now. Sizayivala apha okwanamhlanje. Please do stay with us. African Hidden Voices podcast is here and is here to stay. Siyafumaneka kuzo zonke i-social media platforms. Zonke andizoba zibiza ngamagama zine list ende uzongena wena African Hidden Voices. I-podcast uyayifumana apho. Sakhile Kanyanga ndihamba noPalisa Hlwele noPhumelele Mvumvu. Sophinde sidibane futhi kule veki izayo. Bye bye.